A Good Night for Ghosts, Chapter 11, Swing That Music. As the streetcar rumbled down Canal Street, Jack looked over his shoulder. Dipper was right. African Americans were sitting in the back while only white people were in the front. Jack hadn't even noticed it on their first streetcar ride. Jack's heart felt heavy. Why would anyone not want to sit next to someone just because they are a different color, he wondered. How could anyone ever be mean to Dipper? Dipper, who is gentle and friendly and kind. Dipper, who hears music everywhere. Jack listened to the click-clack of the streetcar rolling down the tracks. The sound had a good beat. Jack tapped his hand against his knee until the streetcar came to a stop. "Let's go," said Annie. Jack and Annie stood up. Canal Street was bright with lights. People were still selling things on the sidewalk. "What time is it, please?" Jack asked the conductor. 5 minutes after 9, boy," said the conductor. "Y'all better head for home." "We are," said Annie. Jack and Annie hopped off the streetcar and started to run. They ran to the bottom of Canal Street and crossed to the palm trees in the grove near the Mississippi River. In the dark, they found the rope ladder and scrambled up into the treehouse. Jack grabbed the Pennsylvania book that would take them home. "Wait," said Annie, looking out the window. "Look." A brightly lit Mississippi showboat was rolling up the river. A large paddle wheel behind the boat was churning the water. Music was coming from on board. Annie grabbed Jack's arm. "Listen, the heebie-jeebies," she said. Jack listened. He could hear the trio singing. Little Mac, Happy, and Big Nose Sidney. But the best sound of all was the bright sound of a horn sailing through the New Orleans night. "It's Dipper," said Annie. "It's got to be." "He caught the boat," said Jack, "just in time." Jack and Annie listened to the joyful singing sound of Dipper's music until the riverboat rolled out of sight. Jack heaved a happy sigh. Then he pointed at their Pennsylvania book. "I wish we could go home," he said. The wind began to blow. The treehouse started to spin. It spun faster and faster. Then everything was still. Absolutely still. Jack and Annie were wearing their own clothes again. Rain tapped gently against the roof of the treehouse. A cool breeze blew through the window. "We have to get home before Mom and Dad wake up," said Annie. "Right," said Jack. He pulled A History of New Orleans Music out of his backpack and left it on the floor. Annie put the trumpet beside it. Then they headed down to the rope ladder. They pulled up their rain hoods. As they tramped in their boots through the wet autumn woods, they were both quiet. Finally, Annie said, "I feel good." "I feel good too," said Jack. "We accomplished our mission." "But I feel other things too," said Annie. "I feel mad that Dipper couldn't sit on the streetcar with us." "Me too," said Jack. "And it wasn't just in New Orleans. A long time ago, they had laws like that in lots of places." "Unbelievable," said Annie. "Yeah," said Jack. "And I feel scared when I think of those spiders and their webs," said Annie. But they didn't bother anybody," said Jack. "But I still feel scared when I think of ghosts." "Actually, they didn't bother anybody either," said Annie. "True," said Jack, "and neither did that bat." Annie laughed. "That's true too," she said. "I feel sad when I think we'll never see Dipper again." "We can listen to his music," said Jack. "Yeah, and I guess the music all around us will always make me think of him," said Annie. "Like right now, Dipper would hear the music of the rain." "Tappity-tap-tap," said Jack. "And the music of our feet scrunching over the dead leaves," said Annie. "Scrunchity-scrunch-scrunch," said Jack. "Patty-pat-pat," sang Annie. "Skidat-skidat," sang Jack. "Skidat-dee-do," said Annie. "Go, Mama, go," shouted Jack, and the two of them ran out of the Frog Creek woods and up their street, heading for home. More facts from Jack and Annie. The city of New Orleans is nestled in the Mississippi River in southern Louisiana. The historic city is a blend of many cultures. Its architecture, food, and music were greatly influenced by a mix of French, Spanish, African, German, and Irish settlers. In 2005, New Orleans was hit by Hurricane Katrina, one of the deadliest storms in American history. Much of the city became flooded and over 1,000 people lost their lives. The city is still rebuilding after the devastating storm. New Orleans is famous for being the birthplace of jazz music. Jazz bands play in clubs and march frequently in street parades. The most famous parade of the year happens on Mardi Gras in late winter. On this day, many thousands of tourists and townspeople participate in parties and processions. Louis Armstrong was born in New Orleans, Louisiana in August 1901 and died in Queens, New York in July 1971. His family and friends called him Dipper because he had a fondness as a child for a song called Dipper Mouth Blues. All the chapter titles in this book are the titles of songs Louis Armstrong recorded early in his career. A year before he died, Armstrong told a reporter, "I think I had a beautiful life. I didn't wish for anything that I couldn't get, and I got pretty near everything I wanted because I worked for it." The end.